Welcome back to GamecocksOnline.com. I'm joined by head volleyball coach Tom Mendoza as he gets ready for year 4. And the Garnet Black Scrimmage today gave the fans a little bit of a sneak preview. It's been about a week of practice, so not a lot to really, go off of coming into today. But how do you feel the team kind of handled the first time being in front of fans and putting on the jersey?
Well, first of all, like you said, it was great just to have fans back in the CVC, and we're trying to do it as safe and healthy as possible. But just being able to, after last year and not having anyone besides the pass list in our gym, getting to see the fans was huge, and you could tell they were excited to see, not just our freshmen, but players like Kyla and Mallory and all the freshmen from last year as well. So. It was great to be back. Our focus was, has been this last week on serve and pass and in rhythm attacking, especially on the pins. I thought those things looked pretty good for long stretches. Obviously, some things we need to clean up, but pretty happy with where those areas of the game are. Now we'll get a little bit more focus on defense and transition, and trying to be a little bit stingier with our block as well. So phase 1 I think was pretty successful. And now we're on to phase 2, and hopefully we can bring the same competitiveness that we brought the last week.
It's not every day as a coach that you get to have basically your entire roster back from the year prior. You're also integrating those 5 freshmen, as you mentioned, but what was kind of the focus on this first week of practice, having 2-a-days and just kind of getting everyone back into the rhythm of the season?
Yeah, there's the balance. We're a couple weeks out from playing a really, really challenging schedule, so we need to make sure we're prepared and we're going hard, but we also need to make sure that we're keeping everyone healthy and available to compete, and we're able, when the time comes to play Washington State, we're at our full strength. So, thankfully we've got really good resources and really good athletic training and really good strength and conditioning, and the players worked incredibly hard over the summer to get their bodies ready and to make sure that they're prepared physically for what's ahead of them. So yeah, we get to push a little bit harder than we would if those things weren't the case. So, but yeah, finding the balance. We're trying to be smart. We're trying to be healthy. But I like where we're at right now.
We'll touch a few of the freshmen that made their debuts today, and we'll start with the Garnet team, and Claire Wilson and Lauren McCutcheon were mainstays for them today. What did you see out of them? Obviously, Claire going in as a setter, never an easy job for a freshman to really command the offense, but it seemed like she really had a good rhythm.
I think she looks more comfortable. When she's struggling, or we see plays that we think she could make, to her potential, she just looks a little uncomfortable some of those times. So identifying what put her in that situation where she's not comfortable, and getting her back in, because when she's in rhythm, she's really high level. I think she's establishing those connections with all of the hitters, and that's one of the things we tell her is just set your ball. They'll go and get it. As long as you're consistent, the hitters will go up and be athletic. So, and then obviously, as from a freshman, to get that leadership out of the setting position is huge, and the more comfortable she is, the louder her voice will be, which is going to be really important. And Lauren's just a really good volleyball player. She can play multiple positions like you saw today, impacts the serve receive, can score points on either pin, and is an incredible blocker too. So, we have quite a few good volleyball players, which is what we're trying to build with our program. Lauren certainly fits right in and raises the level of our gym. But yeah, it's exciting to see.
Now it's less than 2 weeks now officially until opening night, or opening day I should say, against Washington State. What do you take out of this that will kind of help guide the next few weeks of training as you get ready for live action?
Well, we'll have film tomorrow where we're getting the chance to look at some of the, but we'll try to focus on good and bad things, or things that need to be improved. And start to kind of get in prep, match prep mode like we would for any other week as we prep for Georgia Tech. Even though it's a scrimmage, we're going to handle it like it's a real match, and so we can go through those routines and then learn what we need to do. Hopefully improve on it for the following week as we prep for Washington State. So, again, I thought this was good. Prepping for a match, the Garnet Black. Now we prep for Georgia Tech, and then hopefully by the time Washington State comes, we're ready to go, and our players feel comfortable, like they've been through that routine a couple times. So, gradually get better each week, and it's a short term, but it's also a long season. So we got to make sure we keep trending in the right direction.